Welcome to Study Session 4, the School Guidance Program. Introduction. The school guidance services may be defined as professional aid to individuals, usually students, singly or in groups, in dealing with commonly recurring personal, educational, and vocational needs and problems. A school guidance program or service consists of formalized actions which the school takes to make guidance services operational or feasible and available to students. In this study session, you'll be introduced to the components of guidance program, as well as the services of guidance program and the differences between guidance and counseling. Learning outcomes. At the end of this study session, you should be able to 1. Describe the components of guidance program. 2. Explain counseling services with the guidance program. 3. Difference between guidance and counseling. Components of guidance program. The 6 components or elements in a comprehensive guidance program most frequently found in modern secondary schools include the following. 1. Appraisal. 2. Information. 3. Counseling. 4. Orientation. 5. Planning, placement, and follow-up. 6. Referral. 1. Appraisal. This component is designed to collect, analyze, and use a variety of objective and subjective personal, psychological, and social data about pupils to achieve better understanding of pupils, as well as assist them to understand themselves. In other words, appraisal involves gathering, organizing, and interpreting information or data about pupil for the purpose of helping the student to get the facts about himself. When the pupil understands and knows his own strength and weakness, he can make reasonable choice from different alternatives at his disposal. Information about the pupil is usually collected through interviews, psychological tests, cumulative records, written reports from parents and teachers, and other means of identifying potentialities and interests. The appraisal is usually concerned with academics, personal and social development of the pupil's planning, and achievement of personal goals. 2. Information. The information services is designed to provide students with greater knowledge of educational, vocational, and personal social opportunities so that they can make better informed and realistic choices and decisions about their educational and vocational plans in an increasingly complex society. 3. Counseling. This component is designed to facilitate self-understanding and self-development through dyadic, that is, between the counselor and counselee, or small group relationships. The major focus of each relationship tends to be on personal development and decision-making based on self-understanding and knowledge of the environment. 4. Orientation. Orientation service consists of activities through which pupils are given assistance in making plans and adjustments to school and school programs. The purpose of orientation is to help pupils feel emotionally secure and better adjusted to a new environment, especially during critical transition period, such as being new in school or from one class to another or one school to another. Orientation service also assists the students to get used to his new social surrounding, know the staff, and know fellow students. It helps both the new and old students to understand better their role and expectations in school. Thus, the new students get familiar with the school, its history, its tradition, its rules and policies, and its vast opportunities. According to Napier, 1972, student orientation programs have two basic purposes. They attempt to assist students in their effort to adapt to the demands of the school. They also enable members of staff to become familiar with the individual student so that each may be given the type of academic and social experiences that are most helpful. 5. Planning, placement, and follow-up. These are designed to enhance the development of students by helping them to select and utilize opportunities within the school and in labor market. Placement service aids the students to be admitted into a school subject stream of his choice, taking into consideration his ability, aptitude, and interest to get into a job. Follow-up by teacher or counselor is designed to obtain regular progress reports on students' performance and how satisfied they are with their jobs. In the light of the feedback which the counselor gets from those he advises, the school programs may be reassessed. This may lead to adopting new approaches in teaching and counseling. 6. Referral. The teacher or guidance counselor should refer pupils to other personnel who can render invaluable service to them. He may refer pupils to the dentist, medical officer, the optician, the physiotherapist, the archaeologist, the clinical or child or school psychologist, the labor officer, etc., according to each pupil's needs. Consultation and evaluation are often regarded as elements of a guidance service. While 6 components discussed above are provided directly for students, consultation and evaluation are not. The effects of these two are expected to trickle down to students through changes created in the behavior of teachers, parents, and others. 1. Consultation. Consultation component is designed to give technical assistance to teachers, administrators, and parents to help them to be more effective with students and to improve the school as an organization. 2. Evaluation. This component is very important in a guidance program. It is designed to determine the effectiveness of the program. Having discussed at length the guidance program, let us now examine what counseling means and counseling activities. This is important because the two terms, guidance and counseling, are closely knitted. Counseling refers to a wide range of activities and procedures, including advice given, support in times of trouble or need, encouragement, information given, and test interpretation, designed to help individuals to solve their problems. Counseling is a learning process in which individuals learn about themselves and their interpersonal relationships and adopt behaviors that advance their personal development. In another perspective, counseling denotes a professional relationship between a trained counselor and a client, counselee. This relationship is usually person to person, although it sometimes involves more than 2 people. Through counseling, the client is helped to clarify his life space and to reach self-determined goals through resolution of problems of an emotional or interpersonal nature. Thompson and Pope, 1972, see counseling as a person-to-person relationship in which one person, the counselor, helps another, the counselee, to resolve an area of conflict that has not been hitherto resolved. The helper in the relationship is, by virtue of his training and experience, a counselor who attempts to assist the student, client, or counselee in becoming an independent person capable of resolving his conflict situations. Conflict refers to any block or hindrance that the student is experiencing in his development. Areas of conflict could be with self, with others, lack of information about self and environment, and lack of the knowledge and skill requisite to personal achievement. Counseling is therefore a process in which the counselor assists the counselee to make interpretations of facts relating to a choice, plan, or adjustment. This assistance may be in form of educational, vocational, social, personal, emotional, moral, or even marital. These three counseling services in a school setting are educational counseling, vocational counseling, personal social counseling, educational counseling. Educational counseling helps to resolve problems of learning, study habits, teaching, and education generally. It aims at assisting the student to make the most of his educational opportunities. Vocational counseling. This deals with problems of selecting, training for, and adjustment of occupation. Occupational counseling aims at helping young people to become aware of their aptitudes, attainments, interests, dispositions, and circumstances in the light of occupational opportunities and demands. The ultimate aim of vocational counseling is to match the intellectual, educational, and personality characteristics and to determine success in particular careers and jobs. Scherzer and Stone, 1976, point out that every occupation may demand for its workers personality traits which are quite different from those demanded by another occupation. Personal social counseling. This aims at dealing with intrapersonal social problems and problems of life, adjustment with one's environment, parents, fellow students, and teachers. Having known what counseling is, let us examine the difference between the two terms, guidance and counseling. Difference between guidance and counseling. The actual difference between the two terms, guidance and counseling, has been a subject of debate even among specialists. Scherzer and Stone, 1974, claim that attempts to differentiate between the guidance and counseling have not met with any notable degree of success. They further say that distinctions between them are artificial and that the terms should be used interchangeably. Taylor, 1971, also pointed out that there are a number of peculiar difficulties in defining guidance in order to distinguish it from counseling. The chief differences, however, lie in the authority of the person doing the exercise. The difference and similarities between guidance and counseling include the following. 1. Guidance is a broad term usually applied to a total school program of activities and services aimed at assisting pupils to make and carry out adequate plans and to achieve satisfactory adjustments in life. Counseling, on the other hand, is usually viewed as one part of guidance services. It is subsumed by the general term guidance, in that it is one service within guidance rather than a synonym. That is, counseling is not synonymous with or means the same thing as guidance. 2. Guidance activities are more directive in nature, with the teacher or counselor, who is the leader, taking a more active or directive role. The activities involve more of cognitive work like information giving, discussion, and practical activities involving plans, choices, preparations for out-of-school activities, etc. The responsibility is with the teacher, counselor, or outside resource person used. In guidance program, the focus is on the topic. Counseling involves interaction between the client with a problem to be resolved and the counselor. Counseling focuses on helping the client to cope with developmental tasks such as self-definition, independence, and the like. Attention is given to clarifying the client's assets, skills, strengths, and personal resources in terms of role development. Counseling is not teaching oriented. The focus is on the client. 3. Guidance is a systematic way of collecting information about individuals and groups by means of objective standardized tests. Such information is partly for use by the school and staff in their attempts to classify and grade individuals. Thus, classifying, grading, advising, recommending, persuading, and suggesting are the overall characteristics of decision making in the guidance field. Counseling, on the other hand, is a professional activity which makes for good communication between people. It's a relationship between two people where one person, the client, is aware of a problem and of the need to total it over with another, the counselor. 4. Guidance and counseling are two sides of the same coin. The aim is to give every individual student an opportunity for a useful and happy life. Guidance helps the students to answer the question, who am I? Counseling helps him to answer the question, what am I suited for? Summary of study session. In this study session, you have learned that 1. The school guidance program consists of several components. These are appraisal, which involves collecting and analyzing data about pupils. Information, designed to provide students with greater knowledge of educational, vocational, and personal social opportunities. Counseling, designed to facilitate self-understanding and self-development of pupils. Orientation consists of activities through which pupils are given assistance in making plan adjustments to school and school program. Planning, placement, and follow-up. While placement aids the students to be admitted into a school or subject stream of his choice, follow-up is designed to obtain regular progress reports on students' performance. 2. 4 differences between guidance and counseling. We have come to the end of study session 4. Thanks for listening.